life has been give and take for Alex Jones recently. I mean, he gained something that's probably one of the most important things in the world, a Twitter account recently. And he lost something that obviously is not worth that much. A lawsuit worth $1.5 billion. But that's okay, because he got his Twitter account back. Elon let him have his Twitter account back with a Twitter poll even. So, that's why people really love him. With that being said, something really interesting happened, because in this tide of give and take, in a world where equivalent exchange is always very important, he had to have lost something else by gaining that Twitter account and gaining his reach on the Bird app back. And that was getting sloshed. And no, I'm not talking about his drinking habits. Bro's going to be getting liquefied. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's go all the way back to a little while ago. All right. Where this guy lost. Where this guy lost in December where this guy lost a $1.5 billion defamation suit against the families of the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting, which he called a hoax that led to a lot of them having to switch homes. He said he didn't know about them. He didn't care about them. He tried to make demon god edits of the judge and the prosecutor on his TV show and sell supplements based off of it. He lied constantly about how he made his money to try to stop himself from losing all of his money in this defamation suit. He knew for a fact he was going to lose. He absolutely lost it on that one guy's show, on that one guy's YouTube channel, Channel 5. But I think that was after. Was that after he was that after Andrew was known as an R-wordist? A woman abuser. We will just say here for the beginning of the video. No, it was afterwards. Yikes. Hate to see that. Anyways, with that being said, things weren't looking too good for Alex Jones. All right. And this is a follow-up to what was going on there. Alex, after he lost, was like, oh, shoot, dude, I need to do something about this. And so he filed for bankruptcy, trying to save himself from being liable for the full amount that he was going to be forced to pay back after he abused and humiliated and destroyed the lives of these families that were suffering from so much. Okay, it was a cowardly move to claim bankruptcy, say he can't pay anything back, he can't pay everything back, and so that maybe we can work something out. They hit him with $1.5 billion in total because there was multiple lawsuits. And his offer back to them was, let's say, not that big. He offered to pay $55 billion and asked them to please heck off, basically, right? His bankruptcy plan that him and his lawyers put forth would make him pay a minimum total of $55 million over 10 years, a fraction of the $1.5 billion that he owes them. And that was his plan for them, to just like leave him alone. Let me pay $55 billion and let's just get out of here. Sorry, let me pay $55 million. Let me get out of here. Okay. I don't want anything else to do with this. Jones's new proposal to settle with the families for at least $5 million over a 10-year period doesn't appear to offer much more than what Free Speech Systems offered them in his bankruptcy case last month. That is his company. His company offered the families $5 million a year over 10 years. Then he did this. They said no. He offered the same thing. He said they said no again. This time, I didn't. Maybe he thought that it was going to work this time. I know he's insane, but I didn't think he was going to be the actual definition of it. But apparently he is. He would also give them a percentage of his income streams. Free Speech Systems, a parent company owned by Jones Infowars, proposed to pay creditors about $4 million a year, down from the estimate earlier this year of $7 million to $10 million annually. So he's shortchanging them a lot. Basically, he's shortchanging them a whole lot. And obviously they didn't like that very much. They didn't like it at all, actually. And his bankruptcy But his bankruptcy exit plan wasn't working either. The judge said that he is not going to be not liable for the full 1.5 billion just because he declared bankruptcy. That there is another plan for him if he can't pay all the money back. He got on his knees begging that they wouldn't do it. He said, you couldn't do this to me. I'm Alex Jones, man. And they did it. The plan put forward by the court and by the families wasn't for him to pay a little bit. It was to liquidate the whole thing. Bro thought he was solid, but he was turned into a liquid and they smoked him like gas. And it is real bad. Alex Jones's estate liquidation gets Sandy Hook's family's vote. Let's read this to let you know how bad this actually is. The families of Sandy Hook shooting victims voted overwhelmingly in favor of a plan to wrap up Jones's bankruptcy proceedings by liquidating the right-wing talk show host's assets. Jones' general unsecured creditors comprised mostly of Sandy Hook family's holdings, about $1.5 billion in defamation judgments. In defamation judgments against the famed conspiracy theorists, voted 100% in favor of a Chapter 11 plan that would methodologically liquidate and redistribute his property and cash while preserving potentially legal actions against parties affiliated with Jones and his InfoWars program. So basically what this is it's a kill shot, basically. It's everything you have is ours. It belongs to us, and we're going to take it, sell it, turn it into money, and then take the money for ourselves, and there's like nothing that you can do about it. All right? And everything besides like the bare minimum that he needs to live is probably going to be taken from him in this instance. But he probably is going to keep his Twitter account. No, he's probably going to keep his Twitter account. That part's true. So, that's happy for him. I know that he'll probably enjoy that, right? That's cool. That's really important. Mind you, the Twitter account is really important. And that still I don't believe that'd be enough. Nowhere near enough, but that's why they take even more money from him and have other legal avenues open to sue other people as well. An official committee appointed to represent Jones's unsecured creditors notified the U.S. Bankruptcy Court of the Southern District of Texas on February 16th that the 23 liquidation plan ballots distributed to creditors, it received 21 back, all in support of the committee's liquidation. Holy bro, they hate that, man. The vote indicates the creditors' preference over a competing plan submitted by Jones that would give them $5 million every year for 10 years. His plan would have provided additional creditor recoveries out of disposable income from Jones's bankrupt InfoWars parent company, a portion of Jones's personal income, and proceeds from selling various personal assets. So yes, personal assets like the cars, other things that he has, and supplements. They be dipping their hands into a little bit of that brain force money. No ballot tabulation for Jones's plan has been submitted to the court yet. The parties are scheduled to hold a plan approval hearing in late March. Jones filed it for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2022 after being hit with the state court judgments for repeatedly calling the massacre a hoax. And that's what he's on right now. So this is bad. It's been going on to a lot of these types of people, right? Giuliani, Roger Stone, like all of these types of people have been hit with like crazy lawsuits and crazy like amounts of money that they have to pay back. You know how all these conservatives are so rich? I guess not anymore, dude. This guy's gonna be destitute, dude. I'm actually like, a lot of people are upset at this type of stuff. I'm cautiously happy about it because, for one, we want to be careful when it comes to the type of speech that we want to criminalize. But this man is so nasty and gross and so reckless and disgusting with what he was doing when it comes to this, when it comes to his language for these people and the consequences that his language has. I just can't sit here and tell you that I'm nothing but happy for these people for getting something back on this man that tried to take so much from them when they were at their lowest, to try to farm them for money and clout, which got him a lot. It did. Like farming like school shooting victims for money. How low of a human being can you be? And for that, you should pay a price. You really should. Like, a lot of these people are able to get away with so much. They're able to be above the law because they have wealthy friends or friends in high places, or they're in a high place themselves, or they're wealthy themselves. It's so nice and cathartic to finally see somebody pay for what they're doing to people, pay for what they took from people, pay for how they game the system for their own personal hands and for their own personal gain. And I think that's an amazing thing. Seeing this type of stuff is great. They deserve it. They deserve to take that from him. He does deserve to lose it. And he's a perfect example of the danger of free speech extremism, which I would personally say, yeah, free speech, complete free speech extremism, where you can just say whatever because words are not actions, but words lead to actions. There's no way, shape, or form you can say otherwise. We all know that words lead to actions. And yes, you can couch what you're trying to say in nicer language and while being legal, while not trying to specifically call for violence. If you take the steps that you would take to believe this type of stuff, where does it lead you? And the answer is to violence, to harassment, to these types of things that lead people to have worse lives. Like, you can't say that's not true, especially when it comes to Alex Jones. There are way more conservatives out there who believe this who need to get clapped like this. There are like libs of TikTok, specifically that Chaya Raicha girl, like, she tweets about somebody and instantly there's bomb threats. She wants to say that it's lefties kind of like doing it themselves. Why in the world, if you're somebody who hates her, why'd you call bomb threats on people who you like? Why would you do that? Just to make them look bad? Well, you know how much you lose for that? How you can go to jail for that? It makes sense how somebody who absolutely believes her, like, if you just take the steps, these people want to PDF all over children. Okay, these people want to PDF all over children. They're in every single institution of power, and they want to do the most horrible things ever. And we need to stop them. And we're being overrun. And elections don't work. And positions of power don't work. And society doesn't work. And the only thing that we need to do is arm ourselves. People like Tucker Carlson and Fox News and all these other content creators are like, arm yourselves. We need to fight back. There needs to be an armed rebellion. These people deserve to these people deserve to die because of this type of stuff. People like them deserve like the death penalty, but like the state won't do it, but we need to stop them. Then who's going to do it? Obviously a citizen should take it up into their own hands, do some citizen justice, because you can't rely on the government to do it. The government's all bought out. The government is them, and they won't stop it because they are doing it. You just easily follow the steps. Just put yourself in the mindset of somebody who believes this type of stuff, and obviously you would believe that. Think of people like Donald Trump in January 6th. If you believe these lies about the election or stolen elections don't work, everything is going to be taken from you. We're at war. They're trying to kill you. They want everything taken from you. And the only thing we have is our guns. Why in the world would you not come to the conclusion that violent force is either necessary or justifiable against these people? And if you poll conservatives, they're way more likely to believe that violence is a way more preferable option to not violence in many of these situations. It's just proven time and time and time again that they believe this stuff. And this is one of the largest voices for that type of rhetoric. And it led to so many lives. And I can't say being ruined because it was actually ruined by the shooter, but it was helped being destroyed. What they had left when they were at rock bottom, while he was there with a pickaxe trying to dig them deeper, only to mine out what was left of their lives for his own personal gain. Yeah, I absolutely can understand how he deserves that. 110,000%. Yes. Donald Trump too. Maybe they have a really low opinion of the intelligence of their audience. They pick up what they're putting down, that they won't pick up what they're putting down. Yeah, maybe they think they're too stupid to be able to understand it. Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.